All right. I'm back with that terrible cut that we just had right there. So let's do the first one, solitary confinement. You know, when you're isolated and you're very lonely, again you start to think to yourself, you get very depressed. I want you to think like you ever sit in your house and like nothing is going on and it's like extra quiet and like you're feeling to the point of where you just hearing things, you just seeing stuff, and like you questioning your surroundings. How about that? You questioning your surroundings. That's just a part of solitude. Some people excel in it, but many people do not. And in the case of Kalief Browder, solitary confinement, that dude was there for years on end, and his solitary ultimately left him to commit suicide based off him going home and not, you know, fully healing psychologically. So yeah, it goes with anxiety and depression. Of course, prolong. This is some psychology today. Like I said, it's like prolonged isolation can exacerbate the feeling of loneliness. You know, a lot of men struggle with loneliness for some reason. And what is it? Loneliness and hopelessness and despair. Many individuals report report experiencing cognitive impairments, which is what I just told you about. The hallucinations, the voices in my head, the not fully understanding what's going on around me, the questioning what's really there, what's really not. That's really a big one right there. And you know, a lot of people don't honestly open up about it because it's like they might think of this way, and then, well, I'm really going through this, and they automatically assume you go to the mental asylum. But not everyone is experiencing false beliefs. Some people actually, like, sometimes there's actually some things going on mentally that we cannot see. What was that going? Yeah, cognitive impairment. Solitary confinement disrupts cognitive functioning, including memory and what did I say? Oh, the attention span. Oh, problem solving abilities. Some individuals experience Some individuals experience disorganized thinking or difficulty concentrating. That's a big one right there. Or making reintegration very challenging. Psychosis and hallucination. What I was telling you guys. See, I'm not lying to you guys. I'm telling you guys the truth here. And everyone struggles with it, and everyone is just. Some people deal with it better than others. Last one. Last one for solitary confinement. Self-harm and suicide. Solitary confinement is strongly linked to increased rates of self-harm and suicide. The lack of social and emotional support exacerbates feelings of worthlessness, driving some individuals to extreme acts of desperation. All right. That was Kalief Browder's. I hope you guys enjoyed the 4 minutes and 40 seconds summary about Kalief Browder's solitary confinement, and I'm going to do it's a whole story coming out that I written and not written but summarized to the best of my ability and spoke about that drops. I'm dropping this Friday. No one really beats on YouTube that apparently that much. Well, on my channel anyway, on Saturdays and Sundays. So I think my schedule since I came back is gonna be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I can do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna drop the Kalief Browder story Monday at midnight. Of course, it's gonna be like a little short to introduce it for people to click on to. So that's gonna happen at that point. And with Kalief Browder, he actually, as I mentioned earlier in this video, he was in solitary confinement for years, and he finally came out to come home to a whole new environment. And he struggled with the hallucinations as mentioned, and the false voices in his head. It ended up taking his life with a air conditioning cord. Ended up hanging himself with air conditioning cord. So that happened, and that's not very nice. Let's go with. So now I don't know how to cut, and I don't really have a left hand to do the action thing, but so I'm just close this and then make another video and clip it together. Alright, I'm back now. Let's talk about Genie and her neglect that ultimately failed her as being an adult. So with her story, I'm gonna get into it. Let's see. I said I'm gonna do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Alright. So her story will be uploaded on Wednesday, but ultimately she was neglected as a child. And it's very sad. In summary, she never fully cognitively was able to grow. She eventually, when finding her, she was an adult that was quote unquote posing as an 8-year-old, but she never grew past that stage of being an 8-year-old or just being a baby per se. So we're gonna get into that now with Genie, and hopefully, if you enjoy that, based on these viewers and likes, whatever the case may be, I'll upload Genie video on Wednesday. But in summary, since I just told you guys what Genie was about for a little bit, I'm gonna just give you guys a little tidbit about neglect that Genie was facing, okay? No, Genie didn't have full access to her emotions, or even know what was going on, because she didn't get talked to. She got fed through a dog hole. Like, the family cut her off completely. So you know how you think like isolation, you're not a people person, but without communication, or without even a person around, 2 to 3 people around, you will literally just go insane and end up I wouldn't say kill yourself per se, but you will end up losing your mind. So that's one way. And as I mentioned, she didn't have full access to her emotions. So as she's going to being an adult, she has no idea what's going on. And as a child, just in general now, as a child with neglect, you push your emotions away. And what a genius thing to do at a time where what a genius thing to do at a time where I hope you to get through your childhood. You know, we all have that part of like we're just tucked far away and we don't ever want to bring it out or talk about it. But you know those people that are just emotionally unattached. That's basically what she had became. But now you don't have what what did I say? But now, what did I say? But now you don't. Oh, that's what I was saying. So now you don't have a relationship with your emotions at all. They aren't able to work with you when you have a misunderstanding. Your feelings are hurt. You know, you're just struggling, and that period of puberty, bro. Emotions are everywhere, and I'm pretty sure she experienced that too, because every human experiences it. But she didn't know, like, she's cut off from family and everything. I'm going to get deeper in it, because it's a long story, and I'm trying to do my best to highlight the fact that neglect hurt her in different ways that we still don't even understand to this day, because she's gone now, I believe. Well, I think she's gone. I would just do, yeah, I don't know. But since there's been no more studies about her portraying as an 8-year-old when she mentally didn't go past being an 8-year-old, so that's one thing. All right, let's do number 2 then. Number two. I'm sorry, I'm from Baltimore, so we had the little 2 different. We say 2 different or whatever the case. I'm not gonna say you because that's just dumb. To you and you guys, you irritate me. You know, can you just when I'm on the street or in another state? Hey Tori, hey, are you from Baltimore? Can you say to? Can you say you? Can you say do? Can you say all these other things? Shut up, bro. Shut up. Okay, you guys getting me off track. And number 2, you miss getting an emotional education. Miss getting an emotional education, as I mentioned already. Growing up with childhood emotional neglect means there is no one around to teach you about the importance of your emotions and what they mean or how to identify them, manage them, and express them. Emotional skills are not intuitive. You needed a model or a teacher to fully experience them. You know, that kind of makes sense. All right. Well, obviously she didn't have any parents, so I'm not gonna read that part. I kind of typed this stuff while I was trying to study for a final at the same time, but hey, it is what it is. You guys matter too. All right, number 4. You feel alone in the world. In a emotionally neglected family, you didn't get fully responded enough. You didn't fully get responded enough when you experience emotions. I don't know, I can't see, and I don't feel like, paying for glasses, because this economy is not going a good thing, and I'm still in school, and I don't feel like doing all this stuff. You experience an emotion when there is little to no response to your emotional needs. Neglect again. You learn in the fast way that you cannot depend on others to be there for you emotionally. People that struggle with that in relationships, you know someone like that. 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 You felt alone and continue to feel alone now. All right, I'm on my final one for you guys. until Wednesday, and I do the Genie story for you. Wait, yeah, Genie story is Wednesday, and Solitary Confinement with Kalief Browder is Monday. So stay tuned. Let's see. Childhood neglect sends you a powerful message. Your feelings don't matter, bro. Your feelings don't matter when you're neglected as a child. That's what it feels like anyway. When you're experiencing emotions as all humans do, as I previously said, like 3 times to 5 times, within these 8 minutes almost. Yeah, within these 9 minutes, I would say. You're easily to feel ashamed for having them when everyone has emotions. You might believe something is wrong with you, bro. You may believe something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong with you. Everyone experiences emotions. Everyone experiences puberty. Everyone has their hormones changing up on them. When you feel as though you are bad and flawed for experiencing the emotions, you do, and that's not true. That's my tidbit into next week's videos. Tune in. Emotional neglect versus isolation. Hope to see you there. Subscribe.